Hello YouTube, and before I do anything with this video, sorry for not uploading. Tried streaming last weekend, that kind of went trash, as my Wi-Fi is not fast enough. But anyway, today I'm going to be just doing a basic overview of what goes on at my school that I'm going to be leaving this year, which, as you would probably already know if you watch Spoon Assassin's streams, where he revealed our age, guys. Such a big freaking mystery. You could probably just look at one of my older videos and find it out. But what basically our school is like is basically a madhouse. It's just kids are nuts at our school. All the little kids. We have one kid who is a complete troublemaker, and while we were away in DC, he actually got himself suspended for, I think, maybe a week, because he hit a teacher and bit a teacher, I believe. That happened. He was suspended for that. And then, the same kid, like, a couple days before we left, he had, like, spread his pudding, like, the stuff, I forgot just the, like, pudding all over our, like, lunch tables, and was just spreading it around for no reason. And granted, this is, like, kindergartner, but he was just spreading it all over the tables, and then, he must not, like, wanted to go back to the classroom, because then he just started going, like, Whee! And just sounded like a NASCAR, car, which amused us. It was great. The little kids. More on the little kids. It's goddamn strange. So, earlier today, me and Spoon Assassin mostly just hang out on the swings, because we still, like, do recess, but we don't, like, do anything at it. We just hang out on the swings and talk. Only reason we do the swings is because it's away from, like, everyone. So we normally just sit on there and talk, and then, occasionally a little kid comes over, like what happened today as I'm recording this. Probably tomorrow, hopefully. Or yesterday for when I upload it. But he came up to us and just started talking. He started swinging back and forth. Now, this is what's great about little kids. This is the only thing they're good for. Is the innuendos they don't know they're saying. He came up to us as we were swinging, and he got on the swing next to me and just started swinging. So me and Spoon Assassin just kind of went, like, okay, yeah. We just didn't say anything, and he started swinging back and forth, and he started going, oh yeah, let's go, I'm really good at this, I'm really good at swinging and pumping, and me and Spoon Assassin just sat there holding back our laughs. And then one of the things he asks is, do you know my name? Sure, we knew the kid. He was one of the troublemakers. So I say, yeah, I know you. And he goes, will you always remember me? I went, sure, but the first thing that came to my mind the second he said that was, I'm going to be having sex one night, and all of a sudden, just in my mind, I'm going to be thinking of that little kid, and god damn, it's gonna make me come so hard. I'm a pedophile. And then I swear to God, he read my mind, because the thing he said right after that was, well, not all the time. So that's great. We have, I think, one of the stupidest teachers ever, where, she, first of all, like, bribes the kids with candy. She's our, like, special needs teacher. But she, like, bribes the kids with candy. And then, like, she has said some of the greatest things we've ever heard in our lives. So, her room is right next to our math room. And when we're having math, she constantly goes back and forth with other kids. And, one of the times it was, like, just after DC, we had just gotten back. We were talking about it and how Spoon had like puked all over the bus and everywhere. And she came in and just randomly started ranting about her kid and how like he was puking and sick one night, and she was saying he tries throwing up, like apparently standing up over the toilet, and she had said this before to a kid. Her exact words, I kid you not, were, "Get on your knees, boy, get on your knees." I'm gonna let that one soak in for a second. Get on your knees, boy. Get on your knees. It's so strange. I will not say the said teacher's names, but it was interesting. And then I guess finally it's our principal, I guess. So a couple years ago, we had our old principal was leaving because where she lived was way too far away from my school, so she decided to leave and go work at another school. But she was a great principal. She wasn't horrible, and she left, and we hired another principal. She caused our entire you could say our roster of teachers to leave that year. Almost all of them. We have one original teacher left, and our vice principal, I guess you could say, but she's more of our secretary, I guess. But they are the only two original teachers left. Our kindergartner teacher had left the previous year. That was due to something different. Our reading teacher left. Our first and second grade teacher left, who had been there for years. Our third and fourth grade teacher left, who had also been there for years. Our fifth and sixth grade teacher left, who had been there longer than both of them. And when we asked them why they were leaving, it was never an answer. But there was that kind of look that expected you to know why they were leaving. So we have one teacher left. That's our 7th and 8th grade teacher. She has probably been there the longest out of all of them. And she's a great teacher. But our principal, so she is also a science teacher because it's a really small school. But she also does science, which is how it's always been. Her voice literally makes you want to fall asleep, and because our science is right after lunch, you sit there at your desk, propping your head up with your arm, just willing the clock to go forward. It's torture. It's sleep torture. It's making you stay up. That's terrible. And then if you're ever caught doing anything, it's her. I don't know what the word is, but Urban Dictionary. Attitude towards it, I'd say the attitude is fine, but how she goes addressing it is terrible. Because there's been multiple occasions where there's been kids who have gotten into little issues, and they've gotten massive downsides from it. There was one point where we were having a conversation when it was her talking the whole time and wouldn't let us talk. When it was a week before DC, and we were all anxious to go, and we were helping put up our lunch tables because we eat in our gym. So I was helping put up our lunch tables, and one of the kids in my class had jumped. They jumped up on the stage in there. They jumped up on it, and then there were 2 layers at that point because we were expecting to do the play that week. God help us all. But there were 2 layers, and so that student decided to jump off. We'll call him Bobby for now, but he decided to jump off of the top section onto the bottom, and one of the people in the kitchen, which is connected to the gym, saw it, and told our principal about it, and she gave us that lecture for about 15 minutes about how we needed to calm down. It's ridiculous. And then we've gotten those fidget spinners, which, by the way, are great. They're like $2 on Amazon. But we all have gotten a fidget spinner, and one day one of the kids who had one was just spinning it on his desk, and it wasn't distracting. He had just spun it once and kept it going, and he ended up getting it taken away for no reason, and he got it back by the end of the day. But at that point, it was ridiculous. But that's the end of this mini rant, I guess, where I've been talking for 10 minutes straight. So that'll be the end of this video. Sorry for not uploading lately. Check out Spoon's newest stream. I was in there for a bit, making very sexual noises like this. Yeah, I'm great in that stream. I'm a real good guest. So go back and watch that. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I will see you all later.